Now, poker hands and counting them can be a little bit complicated. So what we're going to do.
Please excuse the interruption. It's Mr. Deserano, so since it's my day, I get my say. I just want to thank the admin. I've been lucky, blessed, 34 years, been always with an outstanding team, and this one surpasses them all.
So to start, I'm going to lay down a few ground rules that when I write them out at the beginning, it may not make sense, but then as we do some examples, the ground rules kind of will make sense, okay? So, in counting poker hands, we are going to choose I'm going to put kind. This is like, you know, in poker you say 3 of a kind, because you could have 3 fives, 3 kings. You can't really write number because it could be kings, and kings are not really a number. So what's going to happen is we're going to choose the kind first, and then choose the specific cards. So, and sometimes with this, people talk about choosing suits. Hey, if I want 3 of a kind, I could have 3 of a kind with kings. I could have 3 of a kind with sevens. I could have 3 of a kind with fives. So I would choose which ones I'm having first. And if I choose fives, well, I could have 3 of a kinds with 3 specific fives. Either hearts, diamonds, or clubs. That's why I have suits there. But every card, there's 4 of them in the deck. And you would need to pick which specific 3 make your 3 of a kind. Okay? And then the second main rule, and with these 2 rules, we can count a lot of poker hands. Choose kinds of the same size at the same time. And you'll see what this means when we do some examples. So we're not going to do all poker hands, but we're going to do some basic ones and count how many there are. First of all, if you want to figure out probability, with whatever number we come up with, you could divide it by 52, choose 5, which was about 2.6 million, and you'd find out what your chances of getting that hand is. In our probability here, we're just looking at getting dealt 5 cards. There'd be some probability things that get changed when you play like Texas Hold'em, where you get 2 cards and then 5 cards come after that. But we're just at the basic idea of poker is you get 5 cards to make your hand. Why are some hands better than other hands? So we'll start off with a pair. And each time that I write down something, I'll give an example. Like you could have 2 8s, I could get 2 8s, a 3 of hearts, a 2 of diamonds, and a 6 of spades. This could be considered in poker having 1 pair. You have 1 kind that's the same. So in counting how many poker hands have a pair, we're going to first decide which kind we're going to get the pair in. There's 13 different numbers from ace to king. We're choosing 1. In my example, I chose the 8s. But you could have a pair of kings. You could have a pair of queens, a pair of 2s. So the 13 choose 1 chooses your kind. And then how many 8s are in the deck? There's 4 8s. You need to choose which 2. So 13 choose 1 because that's choosing the kind. And then 4 choose 2 chooses the specific card. What do I have to go with my pair? I have to have 3 single cards. This is where the second idea comes in. Choose kinds of the same size at the same time. The single cards are all singles. They're the same size. When we get to 2 pairs, you'll have 2 pairs which are the same size. So when I talk about the same size, You could either have single cards is the one that happens the most often that you have the same size. So you could have two pairs. You can't have two three of a kinds. Hope you understand in poker there's only 5 cards in your hand. So if you're like, I have 3 aces and 3 kings, and you try to win, they'd be like, you cheated, or something like that. So what's going to happen now is we have to choose those 3 single cards. Does it make sense that you can't pick 8s? Because 8s, if you got another 8, that would be a problem. You wouldn't have 2 of a kind or a pair anymore. You would have 3 of a kind. So now there are 12 kinds left, and we choose all 3 at the same time. By doing this, we take away order. If you did them separately, you could get the 3 of hearts, then 2 diamonds, or you could have got 2 diamonds and 3 hearts, and that's the same poker hand. And then you end up counting too much. So one of the things when I was being the salesperson the other day with the clubs, if you have overlap when using combinations, you could accidentally create order. So we're making sure 8s are here, there's no 8s here, we don't run into any overlap. So I choose 12, choose 3. In my example, I had 3s, 2s, and 6s. So how many 3s are in the deck? There's 4. I choose which one? I chose the heart. How many 2s are in the deck? There's 4. I choose 1. How many 6s? There's 4 6s. Choose 1. And sometimes people think of that as choosing the suit to go with the number. This, altogether, is 3 single cards. So I take these numbers, I type them into my calculator, and there are just over 1 million. Okay? Now if we think of 2.6 million, this is just under 50%. It's probably close to around 40%. So if I dealt you 5 cards, and you 5 cards, and you 5 cards, and you 5 cards, somebody should have a pair. That's what probably doesn't guarantee that, but it's pretty, there's quite a few hands that have a pair. So if you are playing poker and you have 2 pairs, how much better is that? So 2 pairs is 2 of one kind. So I'm going to have 3s and 5s, another 3 of hearts, and also a 5 of hearts, and my other card happens to be the ace of diamonds. This would be called 2 pairs. The pairs are the same size. So I choose those at the same time. So I start with 13, choose 2. I chose 3s and 5s. Can you see, if you chose 5 and 3s, it would be the same thing. So that's why we choose them at the same time to take out order. Then, which specific 3s am I going to take? Well, there's 4 3s. I choose which 2 are going to go with them. And the 5s, there's 4 5s. I choose which 2. This will give me 2 pairs. With that, I need a single card. Now, there's 2 ways of thinking about the single card here. I'm going to follow the rules that I've been following here. Choose the kind first, because it makes sense that there are only 11 kinds left, because we used up to 3s and 5s. And we need to choose one of them for our single card. Then I chose aces. There are 4 aces. Which specific one? This is a single card. And just underneath here, in brackets, you could have also just done 44 cards are left. If you take out all the 5s and all the 3s, there's 52 cards in a deck. If I take out 8, that would leave 44 cards left. When I choose one from that, that gives me a single card. I didn't have to choose the kinds and the specific cards separately, but it's not wrong to do. Typing this into our calculator. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 2. That's almost 10 times better. Right? Getting that second pair, you're like, ooh, this is quite a bit better. All the people that think, oh, I've got a really high pair, I'm going to win. As soon as you get that second pair, you now realize you are 10 times better about. That's significant. Significant to know how much something better is because it tells you how rare it is. If we do this divided by 2.6 million, right, your chances now are quite low to get this. For me, I think when I first learned poker, between 2 pairs and 3 of a kind, that was the one where it made me think, why is 3 of a kind better than 2 pairs? Because 2 pairs, you need to have 4 cards working for you. 3 of a kind, you only need to have 3 cards working for you. 3 are the same, but is it really better? Like, what makes it harder? You can say, oh, 3 are the same, it makes it harder. You can, like, but that's not a very mathematical way of arguing.
It's the same way as flipping a coin. Try to hit heads 3 different times.
No, actually, that's not pretty much the same at all, I don't think.
No, like, I meant like, okay, I meant like, the chance, it just keeps,
All right,
I'll
we'll do it mathematically here. So 3 of a kind would be like 7, I should keep the colors, 7 diamonds, 7 hearts, and 7 of spades, and then 3 of hearts, and king of clubs. So 3 of a kind says you have 3 of one kind, and the other 2 kinds are different, because if they were the same in poker, that's called a full house. And we could count that as well. But for 3 of a kind, what do I need to do? I need to first choose 13, choose 1, because there's only going to be 1. That's my 3 of a kind. From that, there are 4, I chose 7s. There's 4 7s. I need to choose which specific 3 I'm going to do. Then the 2 single cards are 12, choose 2. And pick 3s. There's 4 3s, choose which one. 4 kings, choose which one. So this is 2 single cards. They're chosen at the same time. And this is our 3 of a kind. Putting this into our calculator. $54,912. So it's a little bit more than twice as good. But again, our numbers are starting to go down quite a bit. Right? If you have 3 of a kind, there's 1,000,000 hands with a pair, and only 55,000 that have 3 of a kind. And then we could do 4 of a kind, we could do full house. I'll leave those ones for you. You can try them on your own. Just doing something straightforward here. There's also strategies for counting flushes, for counting straights. Royal flushes are the easiest to count. How many are there? 4. 1 for each suit. 4 out of 2.6 million. You can see why just getting 5 cards would be very unlikely to get. But technically the hand I showed you yesterday was also 1 in 2.6 million. Its chances of me getting that hand ever again are almost nothing. But it just wasn't very exciting. Having a very bad hand. Okay. I also want to tell you